Did you know winter is coming? I did. In this video, we're going to be servicing our electric fireplace heater as well as the propane 12 volt furnace in our 2023 Wolfpack 12. Stick with me and let's get started. Alright guys, so like I mentioned, today's video we are going to be going through the Fireplace heater. It's electric. They come in most modern campers, fifth wheels. We're going to be going through that system, as well as we're going to be going through the actual furnace from the trailer, rental propane furnace. So we're going to be doing that today. So let me go grab my tools and I'll be right back with you. All right, everybody. So I got the heater right here. I'm going to take the front plate off the heater so I can get to the screws, the mounting screws that holds it into the cabinet. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. You simply, on this model, you simply lift up and it comes out of the slots. And this is just a front cover plate. It's glass, so be careful with that. I'll clean that later with a glass cleaner, get all the fingerprints off of it. All right, so next, I've got some Phillips head screws. I'm going to be removing those. Should have, okay, there's four. There's four Phillips head screws. Two on that side and two on this side. My bit don't want to stay in the drill, it keeps coming out. Three, and this is four. All right. So the next step would be to remove the heater from the cabinet. Like so. All right, and there should be a plug like that. It just unplugs. So that's all there is to this heater. It's not very deep either. But there is quite a bit of dust in the cabinet, as well as on the face of it, inside the vent in the front here. So the next step we're going to be doing is I'm going to get the vacuum and I'm going to clean out the cabinet, the space where it goes in and mounts back in, as well as the exterior and the outside and the back of it, and then we'll actually break down and get into the inside of it. All right, give me just a second. All right, I'm going to clean out the cabinet space. All right, let's get the exterior of the heater. All right, so I went through, I cleaned off all the dust, cat hair, anything in the cabinet, everything on the back or around the heater. I inspected the front, the vents, the fan, the blower fan. Everything looks clean to me. I took the vacuum, I cleaned the front grate off. So everything looks clean, pristine, the way it should be. I'm not going to open up the case this time. Next time I will get a deeper clean into that, but it looks really clean already. But the key here is just keeping a consistent maintenance schedule. So I'll probably end up doing this every 6 months or so, but maybe sooner. It all depends on how much cat hair our cat sheds. So let me get this thing back into the cabinet and we'll screw her back in. All right, first thing I want to do is I want to plug the heater back in the outlet, which is underneath the cabinet. All right, the heater's plugged back in. Next, I want to carefully insert the heater back into the cabinet without pinching the power cord. Like so. Make sure everything's lined up. It looks good. Next, I'm going to take the drill and I'm going to insert the screws. One. Two. Three. Four. All right, that's it for that. Now I'm going to get the cover, the glass cover. And I'm going to put this thing drops right in place. If I can find the little holes it goes into. There's one. Aha, there we go. All right, got it back in the holes. So that's what it looks like right there. I'll put it back together. I'm gonna grab some glass cleaner and clean the front off, just to get all my fingerprints off the front, make it look a little nicer, and then we'll fire her up. All right, so now I'm gonna clean her up with some glass cleaner, just the front surface from all the fingerprints, any leftover dust or cat hair on the front of the cover here. Yeah, she's already looking a lot nicer. All right, now let's grab the remote control and give her a go, shall we? All right, guys, so we finished up the electric fireplace, pulled her out, cleaned her up, plugged her back in. Now it's time to use the remote control I got here, and we're gonna go ahead and turn her on. So let's see how she does. Yep, looks really nice. In the top right corner, there's a thermostat. Cut her down so she don't kick out heat right now, but yeah, that's the fake fire. Oh, that's really nice. It sets the mood. It gives it some good ambiance. All right, so next we're going to tackle the propane furnace and clean out the vents and test her out too. Get her ready for the winter. All right, so we got the electric fireplace done. Next, we're going to tackle the propane furnace. Now for the propane furnace, we have 2 vents in the main portion of the trailer, and the one in the bedroom and one in the garage. So let me show you what I have for the main 2 vents. So let's start in the kitchen first. All right, right down here on the ground. Now I picked these up as soon as we bought the trailer, and we knew we were going to go full time. So I bought these magnetic covers to cover the grates, so that way cat hair, food, dirt, debris don't fall down in the grates. So I got that one, and then by the door, I have one here as well. Go ahead and pull that up. Yep. So there's still a little bit down there. I'll probably just take the vacuum and just go over the top of the grates really quick. And then, like I said, the bedroom. So right down there, there's a vent on the wall. It's, instead of in the floor, it's just on the wall. And we have one in the garage as well. So let me go ahead and get the vacuum and clean out all the vents. All right, and so now we're in the garage portion of our fifth wheel. And as you can see next to the washer machine, right back in there, that is the garage furnace vent. Now, why was it put there? I'm not sure, because the washer dryer hookup is right here, all the hoses, and we are actually using this corner during the summertime for, you know, a litter pan for our cat. So you saw that litter pan right there. So there's a little more cat litter on the ground I got to clean up still. And like I said, I moved the litter pan. So in the wintertime, it's not going to be able to be there because the heater will be right there. But let me get down here with the vacuum and give this area a nice cleaning. Alright, now that I got the space on the floor around the heater vent, I'm going to clean the vent itself. Alright, so this area is now cleaned and prepped for our propane furnace. I'm going to go clean off the return grate for the return air, and that's under the stove in the kitchen. I'm going to clean that off, and then we will fire her up. Alright, so here's the return. It is under the stove. I'm going to clean that off. There's some dust and cat hair on this as well. Alright, she's good to go. Alright, let's go to the thermostat and fire up the propane furnace. Alright, so what I decided to do was I'm going to open up some windows and doors, or at least the two doors, because it's probably going to stink in here the first time that propane furnace is fired up. All the residual dust and whatever from the vents is going to burn out. So I'm going to go ahead and open some doors, and then we'll get going with that. Alright, the first door I'm going to open is the garage door in the back of the trailer. I'm going to open that up. Leave the screen closed. Well, actually, no, I'll open everything up. Now I'll pull the screen door back in. Don't want no bugs to come up in our glamping situation here. All right, opened up that one. Now I'm going to open up the main door in the kitchen. Once again, close the screen. Alright, so now both doors are open. That should be enough ventilation. Let's go ahead and cut on the furnace now. Alright, so as you can see, it is not winter temperatures in Central Florida, but that's to be expected. So I'm going to go ahead and cut on the furnace now. Go to heat. And oh, it's set at 99. Okay. I'm going to turn that down to, let's say, 75. 2 degrees above what it is. Alright, I heard it cut on. I heard it cut on under the stove right there. Now let's check the vents. Still cool. It hasn't got hot yet. We'll give it a minute for the propane to fire up. All right, so the vent in the garage is actually blowing warm air first. Go figure. But it's actually shooting out pretty good. I feel it from in front of the washer. So it's kicking out good force back here. Let's go check the other ones. Oh yeah, it's hot now. It's coming out hot now. I mean, it's 73 degrees here in Central Florida, so it's not going to be a testament to what it's going to be like when it's really cold. Yep, that's warm too. Let's check the bedroom. All right, here's the bedroom. Let's check it. Yeah, it's blowing out a little bit. That's hot. All right, so I'm not going to keep the heat on much longer. It's starting to get hot in here. And like I said, it's 73 degrees here in Central Florida right now. But the point behind this was to go ahead and make sure everything is up to par, up to snuff. Make sure the heat works for winter time, because here shortly, folks, we're going to be in some cold weather. So I hope you guys enjoyed following along on this video and maybe learn something, maybe not. But the point of this is just to document our journey, you know, whether it's maintenance, modifying, and travel. So until the next one, folks. Oh, in case y'all didn't believe me about the seasons, so still plenty of green foliage on the trees. There's leaves falling on the ground, but yeah, Central Florida going into winter time is still pretty green. All right, guys, until the next one.